Because I kind of wanted Ibushi to win it last year.
I wanted him to win it last year. I mean, I've been following Ibushi since I first saw him in Shikara.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in the the Rey de Voladores tournament, and the interaction he had with El Generico, also known as Sami Zayn.
Yes.
I'd never seen a guy do things like that before, and now it's pretty commonplace. But I've been a fan of Ibushi's for a long time, and I was really happy to see him in the Cruiserweight Classic. I thought he would have signed with WWE at the time.
That's the thing. I was thinking either him or Zack Sabre Jr., excuse me, were going to win that. But yeah, they both didn't sign, and that was the one that TJP won, yeah.
Yeah, and then now he's gone on to bigger and better things with, Ibushi. Ibushi's gone on to bigger and better things with, winning the G1 this year. I think he's taking the place of his old tag team partner, Kenny Omega.
Golden Lovers.
All right, so number 6, Johnny Gargano.
Again, it's Johnny Wrestling. I think the series with Adam Cole this year, I think everything that Johnny Gargano's done, the chase to get the NXT Championship and the series that he's had with Adam Cole, absolutely. Now, I did see the farewell. For Johnny Gargano, where do you see him going? Is it Raw, SmackDown, 205? What are you thinking, Mike?
Oh,
I could put him on 205, have him go against Gulak for the Cruiserweight title.
I could see that. I could see him on, either show. But if they were smart, they would keep him on NXT, especially with the move to the USA Network.
The thing is, too, also, I think Ciampa's going to be back soon, and I think Ciampa is the one to take the belt off of Adam Cole.
And I think that's why we're seeing, Pete Dunne and Rhea Ripley come stateside because of the move to USA.
And that's the thing. Like, I look at the thing at USA, I think it's great that they got that 2-hour slot, because I could see them bringing, like we talked about, the NXT UK people. I could see some OGs that are on the main roster come down there. So I think, all in all, it's going to be a fun 2 hours each and every Wednesday.
And then, number 7, Roman Reigns.
Well, at the start of the year, obviously, what happened with the leukemia and him coming back. He did the thing with McIntyre. He had the feud briefly with Shane McMahon, the matches with Shane and Drew McIntyre, and I think what he's doing now, first and foremost, I'm going to ask you, what did you think about Double Rowan?
Double Rowan, oh, Jesus. He looked like the guy actually looked like Primate. From NXT
UK, the one that teams with Wild Boar, yeah.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was at first, and then I'm like, no. But, it's one of the notes here, that's one of the top 5 moments was he beat Elias in 10 seconds at Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah, I remember, that's right. Yeah, beating Elias in 10 seconds at Money in the Bank. Blink and you miss it. But as far as Roman now, do you think, I'm just going to say this right now, do you think we're going to find out that it was really Daniel Bryan that ran him down and we're going to get Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan?
Oh, I already know we are. That's a given, and especially now with what happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, where he speared him, yeah.
And the fact that Daniel Bryan was slapping
Eric Rowan. I don't like liars.
Okay, number 8. Last year's number 1, Kenny Omega.
Yeah. I mean, the matches with Jericho. You know what? I'm going to say this with Kenny Omega. I like his stuff. I could see him as number 8. Do you think it's right that he's... I think he should be in the top 10, but do you agree with the actual number 8 spot?
I do, because he's lost a lot of his initial momentum, especially when he won the IWGP title last year. And then, he had the matches with Kota and Cody Rhodes at King of Pro Wrestling. Mm-hmm. The match he had with Ishii at Destruction. Mm-hmm. And I
think what's the only thing that we saw with him in AEW was that match with CIMA, right? And the match with Jericho.
That's all we've seen. That's all we've seen so far this year. Other than him losing the IWGP title to Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, that's right. Now, Well, Hiroshi Tanahashi, I believe, is next, right? Because I'll segue with that. Now,
yes, he is.
Number 9 with Tanahashi. Here's the thing with Tanahashi. Like, him winning the title, then he lost it very quickly to Jay White. And he's been in the mix, and we've seen the matches with Okada in the G1. Like, I think it's kind of apropos that he's still in the top 10, but I kind of agree that number 9. How about you?
Yeah, he's had a resurgence as of late with, and people think he's winding down because he's been in the game for 20 years now. He's 43 years old, but 40 is the new 20.
That's true. Now, it's funny you mentioned 20 years because I know you've seen this match as well. One of my favorite matches with Tanahashi was the match that he had with AJ Styles in 2006 for TNA. Oh, yeah.
And TNA didn't know what to do. They still have no clue as to what to do with half their roster.
Well, on a sidebar, have you been watching any of the Impact product as of late or not?
No.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? You haven't missed much.
I do know Sami Callihan, the Chris brothers. LAX just finished up.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to say this right now. I'm thinking either AEW or WWE NXT. What do you think? NXT or AEW for them?
I'm thinking NXT.
I could see that. Would you put them in with the Street Profits?
I think Street Profits are actually going to move up to the main roster now that they've lost the title.
That's true. Well, I think LAX against the Undisputed Era would be very good.
Yeah, definitely. And we come to number 10, Will Ospreay.
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, he's had an insane year with the matches that he's had, and I think him being in the top 10, here's the thing. I looked at this list too, like you. I think it's very fitting that he's the number 10 spot because he's had a hell of a year.
Yeah, he has. And God, he's only been at it for 7 years. Wow.
I can't believe that. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of people say with the way that he wrestles and his style, you think he's going to have a short career with all the insane moves that he does.
Well, it's kind of like Onita.
Yeah.
Onita, when he first started, was the same way. He was a high flyer, junior heavyweight, and then he started having knee problems, so he retired the first of about 50,000 times. And he came back. He became this deathmatch hardcore wrestler, and for all intents and purposes, that pretty much prolonged his career because he's still going.
Yeah, didn't he do like a match at CZW not too long ago, like maybe like a year or two ago?
Yeah, he did. He was actually supposed to come to ECW when they were in business, but it fell through because the state of Pennsylvania wouldn't do the exploding barbed wire landmine death match that Onita wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
But I guess in Delaware you can.
That's another thing. Now isn't he like in his? That dude's like got to be in his like 50s now, right?
He is in his 50s. Yeah, he's pushing 60 almost.
Wow, man. But yeah, man, another one. But yeah, the thing with Will Ospreay, I think it works with him. And here's the thing. Now, what happened with Will Ospreay's music? Right, he can't use that theme anymore, right? Because I like that theme. That was a badass theme. I
think
it was like copyright or something. I guess the band didn't want him using the song or something. But yeah, he can't use that theme. He has like new music now.
I don't know what the copyright laws in Japan are.
I don't know either. I was like, God dang, man. I was like so upset because I liked that theme and just him coming out to it.
Well, I know in Mexico there are no copyright laws. So you can use whatever song you want.
True.
And I'm not sure. But I think it might just be changed because it's on New Japan World and it's being streamed to the U.S., because I don't know if you've seen this on some of their broadcasts. It'll have a graphic at the top says music has been changed due to copyright claim.
Yeah, I've noticed that when you watch like the Wrestle Kingdoms and a lot of the Japanese shows.
Yeah, so that could be what is going on, but who knows? All right, let's just see how old. Oh my God!
Go ahead.
He's 61 years old.
Holy shit.
Oh, he officially retired October 31, 2017.
Okay, good. Because, like I said, that dude had a long-ass career.
April 14th, 1974 to October 31st, 2017.
My God.
Well, it's just like Abdullah the Butcher.
That's true.
That guy,
Abby's
in his 70s and he's still going.
Still with his fork, yeah.
Well, Luthez had a match when he was 80, or 70,
That's right.
78, and he faced Masa Chono.
Another legend.
Yeah, well, now he is, yeah. I mean, I would put him on the Mount Rushmore of Japanese wrestling. Up there with Muda.
Inoki.
Screw Inoki.
Okay, no Inoki for you, Mike. Gotcha.
No, I'm talking about guys, the second gen guys.
The second gen, okay.
Muda, of course.
Of course.
Chono,
yep.
Tenzan, Kojima. Satoshi
Yes.
Kojima.
How about Kobashi?
Kenta Kobashi, Misawa.
Misawa? Yeah.
Misawa, even if he did do, pulled a dick move and left All Japan high and dry, but I understand why that happened, but I think my big four would be Misawa, Kobashi, Muda, and Chono.
I think that's a hell of a list.
But like I said, you really can't discount Satoshi Kojima because he was and still is the only man to ever hold the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the All Japan Unified World Heavyweight Championship.
Wow.
Yeah, he beat Tenzan in an interpromotional winner-take-all match, and he was they called All Japan calls it the Triple Crown because it was the PWF, NWA International, and oh my god, I just had a brain fart here. I gotta look this up, but it was the PWF, NWA International Heavyweight Title, and yeah, who cares about the Exodus? It's one thing about Wikipedia. Okay, so it was the NWA International Heavyweight, NWA United National, and PWF World Heavyweight Championship belts. So, and I believe it was Jumbo Tsuruta who was the first Triple Crown champion.
Wow.
Yeah. Talk about history lesson there, boys and girls.
Well, I can appreciate that, man. I'm all about absorbing and learning the history. So that's why I also got to thank you for that, Mike, because I know you know a lot about wrestling, too. That's why I always enjoy talking to you about it.
Oh, yeah. And, in fact, they actually gave the original belts back to Baba-san's wife.
No?
Yes, so the belts were unified on April 18th, 1989, when Jumbo Tsuruta defeated PWF World Heavyweight and NWA United National Champion and WWE Hall of Famer Stan the Lariat Hansen.
Again, another legend. Japan, WWF, wherever. Another one, rightfully, who deserves and is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he deserves to be in any Hall of Fame. I mean, he was a hard-hitting, badass Texan.
Wasn't he, blind in one eye?
He just had really poor eyesight.
Oh, okay.
And I will never forget this for as long as I live, but the interpromotional match between him and Vader.
Oh, the eyeball coming out of Vader's...
And
yeah.
Vader popping it back in.
Yes, I've seen the clip. Oh.
Oh, I saw the whole match, and it was just a brutal, hard-hitting match. And